Greetings, people. It's an absolute honor to be with you today as we explore the profound wisdom encapsulated in 5 essential leadership lessons I learned from one of my worst managers in my career. It's these situations that help us become better leaders. So let's reflect on the lessons I learned from my worst manager. Lesson number 1. Thinking back to this really is what got me thinking about leadership as a whole. And this lesson takes me on a voyage where I actually went through the corridors of learning about effective communication. So picture this, a workplace echoing with silence, like a deserted temple devoid of prayers. So when I think about my worst manager in this particular situation and the lesson that I gained from this in terms of communication, my worst manager essentially was someone that held their wisdom close to their chest. And it left a lot of us and my colleagues stumbling in the darkness. Open communication makes you an effective leader. And this is where my worst manager lacked in this. So thinking about lesson 2, this really got me thinking in terms of effective leadership. And lesson number 2, my friends, is all about accountability, the cornerstone of exceptional leadership. Imagine a ship sailing without a captain's, lost amidst the tempestuous seas and the rumblings that the ship has to incur. In this particular situation with my worst manager, when I really think about it now, this actually showed me that this manager was someone who never really admitted their wrongs. It was almost as though they believed that acknowledging their mistakes would weaken their authority, as a secure leader accepts responsibility. So this brings me to lesson 3. Now, lesson 3 for me was quite invigorating in the sense that it invited me into the labyrinth of micromanagement. And if you think about micromanagement, how does a person actually flourish when every move of theirs is scrutinized under a microscope? This is essentially what the worst manager that I had was doing, was micromanaging. And when I think about that particular situation when he had micromanagement, he epitomized it. So much so that every action of ours or our team was dissected to the core, and it was as if he doubted our ability to make even the simplest of decisions. So the lesson from this is a great leader has to have full trust in their team to perform without interference. Lesson 4 is about being compassionate. So lesson number 4 centers on the profound power of empathy in the workplace. So picture a garden that's parched from a lack of rain, thirsting for compassion. This is essentially what was lacking from my worst manager. And obviously it had adverse effects on not only me, but the rest of my team. This brings me to the final lesson, transformational. Now, with lesson 5, my fellow seekers, is the art of transformation, a process of turning adversity into an opportunity for growth and excellence. So actually, all this experience with my worst manager led me to a point of becoming transformational and showing me how great leaders become transformation. My journey through the crucible of adversity with my worst manager led me to appreciate the brilliance of great leadership, guiding me toward my own transformation into a leader. So to conclude, after hearing all these lessons that I had with my worst manager, my dear friends, remember that life's challenges are our greatest teachers. Embrace the lessons, transform, and become the leader you were born to be. I hope these lessons serve you well. If you like this content and want to look at ways to transform yourself or your business, follow the links below in the description and see you at another time. Be blessed.